that's it, mate. Daryl, how's it going?
All right, mate. Good.
Looks
Good,
cool,
thanks.
doesn't it?
Tidy, mate, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Those, mate, wasn't expecting. It's mega.
Yeah.
Those good setup, mate. Really good, yeah.
And that's it, mate. I mean, we've only just started, and I think it's in a good spot for where I want to take it. I'd love to do this full time, mate. I'd fucking love to. But hey, we start somewhere, don't we?
That's it, mate.
Nearly 1,000, well, 700 odd subscribers now, so I know I'm going to get to 1,000 in the next couple of weeks.
Easy. Did this, mate. I couldn't believe it when I walked in. Wasn't expecting it. It's tidy.
Yeah, it's cool,
Really
isn't it?
good.
Well, I mean, you asked me what the Zito Run
Yeah,
means.
what does it mean?
So when I started it, I was looking for a name, and I thought I need something like something sounds cool, but with meaning, to like philosophical. Do you know what I mean? So I went on the Urban Dictionary, the American Urban Dictionary, and I seen this word, the Zito Run. I thought, fucking, what's that mean there? So I clicked on it, and it said to often travel to an undesirable location under the influence of drugs or mental health. Yeah. I thought that sounds mint, because with what I'm doing here, you're going down the difficult conversations, the dark conversations, the tough ones. But rather than it being under the influence of drugs or mental health, the conversations are about drugs and mental health. Yeah. So I just put my own little spin on it, and with the skull as well. I think it's so that's like addiction, recovery, good,
definitely.
bad, yin, yang, whatever you want to call it.
100%.
Well,
like the devil and angel and that
yeah,
sort of
that's it, good and bad. I mean, obviously our mutual friend Ian Aldridge told me to get in touch with you, and I've looked at some of the stuff that you've posted and looked at some of your photos and some of your story, and Ian reckons it'll be the best story I've heard, or the most powerful story I've heard. So, I mean, what I do is I just want to get to know you a little bit more and ask, who you are, what you're about, where you grew up. You're Saltney originally.
Leitch. From Leitch originally, yeah.
You're from there, aren't you? Saltney.
Oh, yeah. I've lived in Saltney, but yeah, I'm at Leitch, Leitch born and bred.
And basically, mate, we'll go from where you started, how you fell into addiction, what the circumstances was. Yeah. But the most important piece that I want from these is the growth.
Finding recovery.
How you came out of it, what you do to keep your mindset, whatever that looks like, because there's loads of different ways. And we'll go from there, mate.
Yeah, happy days.
Cool.
So, I was, like I said, born on the Leitch. Lived there all my life, really, until the last few years, and I moved over to Ambridge with my missus, but, Leitch has always been my home. Grew up there. Like I said, I would go to meetings when I go to NN and hear people these traumatic stories when they were kids, like, been abused or this and that. But you know what? I've got no excuse around that. I had a good childhood. I was good mum and dad who's still together now. Dad went to work, grafting for us as kids to get what we wanted and stuff. My childhood memories are good.
Yeah.
It was always but I was always attracted to stuff. We had a family member who was a heroin addict. And I can remember him, he used to come round and he'd skin up on the side. I must be 12, 13. And I was attracted to it. I thought, I wonder what that's like, as a kid. And I was just attracted to it, thinking, I wonder what that's like. And I used to see him gouching like that. And seeing the ash on the end of the fag and that. It was just, I don't know what it was at that age. It was just fascinated me. I thought, I wonder what that feels like. So that's why it's now, around kids that are out 13, 14, it's a very important age. I really think that's why I've got my young nephew into boxing, and I've got the mind. What I was looking at then is not what he's looking at. He's looking around positive people in the gym, boxing, this and that. Where mine was around it. He used to come in with all Rob stuff, and I was just attracted to it. From burglaries and coming, do you want to buy this to me mum and stuff like that, and I was just attracted to it. But in the meantime, I was going to school, obviously, I was about 13, 14. I was into my sport, my footy, loved my footy and stuff. But saying I was always the clown of the class as well, do you know what I mean? I was always the attention. Yeah. And that's still today, there's something in me that I like attention. Don't know what it is, Facebook posts, I'm an addict. So, I might have took the drugs away, but I still, it feels like when I get attention or something, it's feeding that addiction. It's self-reassurance in it. It's mad. I try to explain to people, but
it's the dopamine fix.
Dopamine, yeah. Well, I didn't know this. I was speaking to someone. He said that's dopamine when and people said about they reckon I've got ADHD because my mind doesn't shut off. I'm so active. And I'm thinking now, have I? Because when I was a kid, that's why I got expelled from school, because I just could not concentrate. I wanted to sometimes, I really wanted to learn, but I couldn't concentrate, and I'd get frustrated in class, and then eventually I got kicked out, and that's when my life just spiraled.
It's funny because to say that you were mesmerised by such a powerful drug at such a young age, I've never really heard that before.
Yeah, I was just attracted to it, just the smell and doing it, and it was just like, I wonder what that feels like at a young age. You know what I mean? Where
Did you try it at that age? Or
no, I was about. It was all over like a year. You know, it was a family member who was coming in. He was off his head, monging and that. And my mum was just gullible. You know, she's a great mum. I love her to bits. But at a young age, she was just gullible. My mum, she's still like that now. Do you know what I mean? So it's just it was just part of life then. You know, she just coming in because it was a family member, and like I said, I was attracted to. He was always around the house on and off. And then when I got kicked out of school, I was 15. You know, I was just bored, and he used to come round, and then I started like going round with him, you know, just going places with him, and one day it just led on. Back then you couldn't score crack in Chester. They used to get like go over to Liverpool, and I remember someone got a decorating grant. That's what you used to get back in the day, and they all went over to Liverpool, come back, and he's smoking crack, and he said, "Do you want to go with this? I know you'll never be able to get it again. So, you know what I mean? You won't get hooked on it." So I said, "Go on then, how'd they go?" And that was it. And like half an hour later, he said, "Do you feel depressed?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Have a go with that. A toot." How'd it go? And I hated it, spewed me ring up that first time. And a couple of weeks later, he said, "Have another go." When I was with him, "You might like it." I had another go and loved it.
Did you?
Yeah, within about, I'm not in line, about 6 weeks I was injecting.
Yeah.
It just went woof, 100 mile an hour, you know, and my life it was just deteriorated that fast. And then when I was 17, the prison sentences started coming, and I was just in and out of prison every year, you know, until I was about, I stopped using in 2018. You know, I went through a big break where I was working, and I stayed out of prison for a good number of years, but I was still using, but it was like working, and then I wasn't, do you know what I mean? But I was still robbing, looking, then I started going to prison again because I was getting bad again. So yeah, it really deteriorated fast for me.
And that, the prison sentences, were they all around feeding your addiction?
Oh, 100%. I look back, so when I got into the boxing gym, they had to do like you know, to see if you can work with kids, you know what they call it, DBS.
Yeah, DBS.
And I looked at all my charges, and every one was to do with drugs related, you know. So I'm not saying I've never got in trouble, but it was all drug related, every one of them, you know. What
was the thing around school? You said that you got kicked out of school because, I mean, what I think of, because like I'm studying trauma in the brain and neuroscience and all this, what I think I do lately is I try and look for a trauma, and I don't think that's fair on the people that I speak to. So, because my missus said, not everybody's had a trauma, you know, when it comes to addiction, whereas I see addiction as, like we said before, this psychological and emotional response to a pain or a suffering in one way, shape or form. I was speaking to a mate of mine the other week, and he said, "Oh, I had a brilliant childhood." But what we found now is that he's dyslexic, and he had a really difficult school upbringing. Yeah. So his life at home was brilliant, but in school, my brother's, he's been in jail. He had a crack addiction, cannabis, and he's got learning difficulties. He had a speech impediment when he was a kid. His upbringing was decent. You know, my mum was good to him. But because of his own difficulties with learning and stuff like that, I think he just chose to rebel. Yeah. He just chose, like, to think, in school, he'd always think, well, somebody's going to tell me what to do. Fuck you, like, you know, watch what I do. And again, I'm not searching for that within you. I'm just, you know, is that a possibility where there was something in school where you just thought, I fucking hate this place?
It was definitely like, I wanted to learn. And like I say, I was the clown, and then, you know, I like to be the centre of attention, showing off in class and stuff like that. And then I ended up going for the teacher, and that's why I got kicked out, because he used to just go at me, like, target me, because I used to try and concentrate, and then every time he asked a question, Daryl, and show me up in front of the classroom, where I'd fucking feel the anger, and in the head went, and I got kicked out.
Did you?
I went for the teacher, and then that was it, really. Do you know what I mean? I was just frustrated, and that's when I look back now. There was definitely something with concentration that I couldn't, you know what I mean? If I'm on it, like now, if I like it, I'll fucking get the zone right in.
Yeah.
But if I can't, then boom, my mind just blanks out. I just can't take me out, do you know what I mean? But if I like it, I get obsessed with it.
So I hear this a lot I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I play golf. I quit playing golf a couple of years ago, got back into it.
Game, innit?
Spent $1,000 on golf clubs straight away. Lessons all the time, all the night best kit. If I go to the gym, I've got to make sure I've got all the best creatines, proteins, do you know what I mean? Clothes, not so much, but I did go through a stage where I'd only wear £300-400 t-shirts, £500, not now.
Yeah.
But, so when we talk ADHD with people who've struggled with addiction like me and you, a lot of people in addiction have got ADHD. When you think of the words attention deficit, blah, blah, blah. So when we talk the dopamine levels, it's in that book there, the idea of the brain. So when we talk dopamine levels of somebody who struggles with addiction, what they find was in early childhood and early teens, our dopamine levels, serotonin levels, endorphin levels in the brain are all lower than that of somebody who's, I don't want to say brought up in the right environment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Having a lot of care and attention and love. Just, I don't like using the word fucking normal because there's no such thing. But somebody who's had a decent upbringing, decent life, what they find is that a lot of the levels are lower. So did you ever, I used this term before with a friend of mine when I was speaking to him. He used to say, I'd take drugs to feel normal.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would take drugs just to feel normal.
Yeah.
After being on a bender for 2 or 3 days without sleep, you'd go home, you'd feel like shit. So sometimes you just use drugs just to give you that sense of
like
normality.
The head of a dog, innit?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
100%. You know, I've times used to just, you know, towards the end of me using, I wasn't feeling anything. It was just like you say, just to make me feel normal, like because of wake up rattling and the emotions are there and all the guilt's coming back and all everything. And then I'm going to school and fucking don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. It got to the stage where I was rock bottom. And as soon as I've got it, I know what's coming. All the arguments with my missus, the family, and I fucking can't stop myself. I was powerless. And as soon as I'd had that hit, I was just gutted straight away. I thought, what the fuck? I just couldn't stop. I just could not stop. I didn't want to do it. I knew what I was doing. And lucky enough, I got the chance. So, but we'll get down to that bit.
Do you know, and this is, again, it's a question I asked. What I like to do is and I include myself in these questions, I like to ask thought-provoking, like, so do you know when a lot of people say they were powerless to the addiction? What if we were to flip that, and at that moment where you thought...
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll do it.
Yeah, pass it, I'll turn it.
It's all right.
Pass it and I'll turn it, finger me off.
I'll edit that bit out. You're all
Can
right.
you do that?
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Sorry about that.
All right, mate. Do you want me to put it back on charge?
Just put it on.
You know,
You go on, put it on. Yeah, I've signed it now, mate, yeah.
Can manage it.
He's funny, wasn't it?
Nath, you're a fucking pain in the ass.
Sausage.
Yeah, so it's a question that I've asked a lot of my friends is, at that moment where we deemed, or they deemed themselves powerless to the addiction, what would it look like now in your head if at that moment you were to say, I am powerful? And I know it's only a change of word, but do you think there would be any difference in mindset? And this is purely a mindset question.
I know what you're saying there, like just switch it from, you know, but at that time when you're down and you're depressed.
Don't see no other way.
I used to like look in the mirror and think, what the fuck, you're not going to state me, why should I get clean, look at the point, what's the fucking point, and dead skinny and writ off.
Self-pity type thing.
My hair's fucking scruffy and self-pity, you're just lost in it and just, you know, loads of times I looked, I wanted to sort myself out and think, what's the fucking point, I can't come back from this, do you know what I mean?
And that's so I use a tool a lot called AVRT, Addictive Voice Recognition Techniques. Yeah. It's out of a book called Rational Recovery from the early 90s. Yeah. And I named my addiction. So my addiction, like Harry Potter, Voldemort, my addiction's called. Yeah. So now every time I hear like a negative voice in my head, there's another book, I think I've got it here, The Chimp Paradox it's called, where they say to name your chimp, name your emotional part of you. So let's say, for instance, you're in addiction, but you're sober at the time and everybody's kicking off, Daryl, you've done this. You go, fuck this, go mad. Yeah. If you name that emotion, it brings back like a sense of control. Yeah. So mine's Voldemort. So now every time like I've had it a few times. I've been around people drinking and using over the last 2 months, only short periods, and I've gone, oh, you know, my head's gone a bit, and then Voldemort, straight away I'll go, that's you speaking. And I found that tool brilliant, especially, you know, because I'm not even 12 months yet. I'm close, but I'm not even 12 months. When I originally started these podcasts, I went sober for X amount of months. But there's something called vicarious trauma. So if I'm not in a position where I can listen to your story without feeling emotional or broken myself, I take on your pain and your emotion, course, and then you go home and you're like, fucking hell, that was a tough conversation. And I remember I had a fucking conversation with one of my mates, and he told me about his son nearly dying. He had to, like, on the kitchen floor, and he had to give him CPR. And I went home, mate, and I was like, fucking tough conversation. Just started drinking. And then before you know it, drugs come back in.
That's it,
that was a tool that I loved for, like, the emotions and identifying what the addiction is.
Like you say, that voice, I get it all the time. I can still, like now, I'm 7.5 years clean. I can still, like, drive past a place and it'll just click in my head. I used to use there, and I can get the excitement. It'll just come over me like that. And then I'll try, but what I never used to have, I used to be off on that. As soon as I got that, I couldn't control it. I'd go and score, looking for an excuse. But now it's like, I think, fuck that. I'll just find a fit. It'll go, it'll pass, I'll filter it and think. And do you know what it's basically down to? Because I've built a life now that I don't want to fucking lose, don't want to destroy. When I was like when I used to get them feelings back in the past, I'd probably just come out of prison for a week or two and, you know, I hadn't built anything up. And then I've got that feeling I'm used. But now I think, fuck that, because I do not want to lose what I've got. I love life now. I fucking, honest to God, like, I often pray, wake up and say, fucking hell, God, you know, I've done bad to my body, but now look after myself. Please let me live for fucking as long as I can. And see my grandkids grow up. And honestly, I love life. And I couldn't give a fuck if I woke up or not when I was using.
Same.
Honestly, I did not give a fuck. I used to wake up and then see the daylight and I'd just cringe, think, fucking, I've got to go to the chemist. I've got to upset. It was just horrible. And that's how I knew rock bottom, the feeling I was getting inside. And now, fucking hell, I set my alarm for 5 o'clock every morning, spring out of bed. Don't I mean? Don't get me wrong. That we're talking about a voice that pops in and go, fuck the gym off today. It's like, and I just tell it to fuck off. I'm in charge. Go and pull.
Nice.
And do you know what I mean? It's just that flipping that mindset.
And that's something that, again, I've done a lot of work on this year. But I think at times I've resented this. I've always been in and around gyms my whole life, played football. I was a goalkeeper 20 odd years, fucking decent one as well. But I lifted weights, so I've done a bit of powerlifting for a bit. And but this year I've focused a lot on me. I was 25 and a half stone, mate. I was 20 stone 8 I am now.
Good.
But I'm 6'6" as well, so I carry it. But I was looking at the photo of myself yesterday, mate, and I was a big hombre, like big fat fucker. But because of me height, even at that time, I didn't look massively.
Yeah, you can carry it well when you get short,
but I had like a mild stroke I did a couple of years ago from it. And when we talked rock bottom, I hit my rock bottom and carried on. That was the scary thing for me. I hit a rock bottom where I nearly died. I was convulsing on my dad's bedroom floor, fucking blood coming out my mouth and my nose. A week later, I was carrying on. That's the most terrifying.
That's the insanity of it, though, isn't it? Same overdoses of time I woke up, and my mum and my kids are climbing around my bed. You know, just come out of a bad overdose. Was intensive care, and straight away then I was fucking hell, mate. I was running down the landing in the hospital out of ICU with my ass hanging out and that, running down the corridors. Just, to get out and score, and I did.
Really?
I just did not. I was just that self-centered.
So you went straight from hospital?
I was trying to say to my daughter, get a lighter in so I could have a fag in the fucking ice. I could have blew the whole place up. But I just didn't care. I was just like, that's fucking self-centered. I didn't care who you know what I mean? It's like, I want it now and I want it. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what addiction is. Like, people, again, we spoke off camera before, and some people will say it's this, it's a disease, it's a choice, whatever. The fact of the matter is, when you're in the depths of your own fucking mind and the darkness, you don't care.
No, you don't know.
You don't care whether you live or die. You don't care. And this sounds, it upsets me when I say this. You don't even care about your kids.
No, you don't.
Fuck all, mate.
You do, they're in the back of your head, you love them, but that fucking getting that drug and just putting that in you to stop feeling the way you're feeling is more important. But do you know what? As soon as I come off it all, it was like a bottle of pop getting shook, every emotion come up.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now, since I got clean and learning, being around good people, I learned to love myself again. And
Man.
showing love to my family has changed me. Do you know what I mean? And that's for everything for me now. You know, I've got grandkids now. I've got another
how old are you?
one coming. Me, 44.
Ah, yeah.
I had my son when I was 15.
Yeah, I was 18.
I had my daughter when I was 21, and she's had kids. She's had another one now. And I've got like I've been there with my missus like 15 years, so I've got kids who are like look at me own.
Yeah.
So they're like my grandkids as well.
Nice,
They've
man.
had kids, so just love it. Just love family now, mate. Do you know what I mean? And like, because when I was using, I can remember lying in this crack den. It was opposite my mum's house, and it was summertime, and I was lying on the bed. I'd just been using all day. I'd fill out with my missus, had a row with her, had a row with my mum. No one was speaking to me, and I'm lying on this bed, like with all like used needles, and I was fucking in a pit, just curled up, so depressed and low, and I could just hear like lawnmowers going in the background and people having laughter, you know, whatever they were doing, and I could just fucking, that always sticks to me. That's one thing that sticks to me, is hearing all that, and I just thought, I just want to know my life. That's all I wanted. You know, when I used to walk past people going for family days out and holidays and this and that, craved it. That's all I want. Didn't want much in life, just that. And now I've got that, do you know what I mean? It's just by staying around positive people one day at a time, doing the right things, and, you know, don't always get it right. I'm not perfect.
No.
You know, and I never will be, but I do try my best, you know what I mean?
So the one day at a time thing, I like it. I done a podcast, I've mentioned this a few times, I done a podcast with a guy early doors when I started, just in my house. And he wrote a book called Keep It Simple. Yeah. And I don't care you can study the psychology, the brain and all this. The best piece of advice I was ever given was keep it simple.
Yeah.
When you're stressing, relax. Relax. You know, have you ever heard of the pink cloud phenomenon?
No.
So the pink cloud phenomenon is what you were talking about before when you first come into recovery and your emotions are all over the fucking place. And when I first came into recovery, I was like, I feel mint. How good am I? Fucking 10 weeks sober, 12 weeks, 15 or whatever. Because I don't count the days, but I know the date I last drank. And I was like, fuck, I feel good. And then all of a sudden, boom, emotions. You're like, oh, this is hard. Yeah. But that initial phase, they call it the pink cloud.
Because you're on a high.
Yeah,
then you're then another and then you've got to, do you know what I mean? That's what it is. Yeah. I get that now still.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And I think it's in that book. I'm pretty sure it said it takes minimum of like 2 years. If you've been a long user, whatever the drug of choice, like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Because I was 20 years cocaine addiction.
Yeah, same, 19, 20 years. Yeah.
So they reckon it. So I've given myself a year to try and get this right. But now I'm starting to introduce the gym back into my life and starting to do.
Well, that's it, yeah. Because like our best one ever, because as an addict, I wanted it now. Now I'd go to the gym, if I weren't getting big, this and that. I'd get fucking disheartened straight away. So I always remember being in a meeting and some fella saying to me, listen, give time.
Yeah.
You know, patience is the main key.
Yeah.
And when I got clean, and gratitude and patience stuck with me, and I stuck with it, and it's over time. I didn't want to work when I first got clean. I thought, you know what? No, I'm having time for myself, finding myself, and then I started training, and then going to the boxing gym, and then that made me packing smoking. It's all led from there. Then through the boxing, I met good mates, and it's led to work. And then life's just spiraled, but I've stayed around the positive people. Do you know what I mean?
Momentum as well, isn't it? Because you're doing one positive like this. So with a guy who's mentoring me, we're trying to build something called like a sphere of influence now.
Yeah.
So building on momentum, just doing podcast after podcast, meeting the right people,
definitely,
speaking to the right people, having the right type of conversation will build on my next conversation to try and help somebody else.
Definitely.
Because I'll take stuff away from this.
Definitely.
You know, I'll never know everything. You'll always learn from somebody.
Yeah.
I'll go home after this. My missus is my biggest critic, but she's my biggest fan as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And she'll sit and watch me episodes and she'll go, he was good. He spoke about this well and you done well with this. And I thought you could have done better. But then once she's watched it, we'll sit and talk. So she'll say, oh, Daryl said this and what you think of this? And we'll talk about it for a week.
Yeah.
And I love it, mate, because...
That's good, isn't it? That's what we've got.
Another thing
She'll take the piss out of me, like, banter, like, when I put look here, attention to, like, but she rips me. But it's good banter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But she's my biggest support as well.
Yeah,
she's the one that's fucking got me where I am.
Yeah.
Because she never gave up on me.
Yeah,
like, you know, she never used drugs or nothing like that. She had a drink and that. But, like, and then she stood by me as a cunt, taking me shoplifting or just waiting for me outside flats while I was using drugs inside, and my mum, you know, no one was bothering me, but she never gave up on me. She didn't like me, but, you know, she loved me, she stayed with me. And then when I got out of rehab, the day I got out of rehab, I went to my drug place and she said, what are you doing now? I didn't think drink was a problem because I wasn't really a big drinker. And I said, I'm going to watch the Anthony Joshua fight and have a drink. She went, what, you going to have a drink? Don't know if I was like, going on, I come back out in the car, nearly crying to her. I said, she said, I can't have a fucking drink. I'm not going to have a shitty life now, I'm bored as fuck. And she said, you want to be grateful, don't you? I fucking just spent thousands on you there. He said, I tell you what, I'll stop drinking now to help you. And then, you know what I mean? And she's not had a drink since.
My missus done the exact same.
That's fucking legends, and you won't get many like that. Do you know what I mean?
No. She's never took drugs, my missus. So I've never mentioned it before, but she told me that I'm allowed to. So her father took his own life, hung himself when he was 20 years ago, maybe, through drug addiction. Yeah. And she always said, I never want drugs in my life.
Yeah.
But as somebody who was in addiction at the time, I was a manipulator. I was a liar. So when I met her, and she was, because I was known in Flint for taking drugs. That's what I was known for. And she said, do you do it no more? And I was like, no. But I believed it. Yeah. My addiction was telling me, well, we'll give you a bit of time off here just so you can cement you. Do you know what I mean?
What you just said there, like, that's right. I've known her since school, like we were in school. But she's obviously knew me past, but I'd just come out of prison. She said, and when I was looking well, looking healthy at the time, and got together a bit, and she's, you're not using oil now. I was, no, I'm off everything. I was still having methadone, but she didn't have a clue. She hadn't been around that lifestyle, so I manipulated her, blagged her, and then when she found out, it was too late. We fell for each other then, do you know what I mean? So
yeah. So when we talk your addiction, obviously you mentioned crack and heroin. Was one sort of the priority one, or were they both? Did they come and go?
Like you say, when I got into it, there was no crack about. It was heroin.
Right.
It was heroin up to the early 2000s, I'd say. And then when I got to prison one time, it was on the estate, and then started using crack. Then I was using it together, speedball, and I couldn't have. Towards the end of using, I could not have one without the other. So I was just mixing it in a needle and banging it up.
Well, yeah.
In my groin and my fucking, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, I'm in so much good health now. I see lads with, like...
You look sound, mate, honestly.
Honestly, I see lads with holes in the legs and this and that. And people say, how the fuck? I said, I don't know. Like, how I've looked after myself. And, you know, I look after myself now. I love training.
Well, I mean, when Ian showed me the photos, and I'll put it up here now. Yeah. That's where it'll go in.
Yeah. You can put them up,
He showed me the photos of when you were actively using.
Yeah.
And, you know, it looked... As the photo, it's self-explanatory. But then he was like, well, this is him loud. And I was like, fucking hell. Massive difference. So, I you can't give you enough credit for that, because, I mean, I've studied the biology of, like, opioid addiction and what it does to the body. And for anybody who doesn't know, it's about endorphins in the brain, so it reduces the endorphins in the brain. But what endorphins do, the endorphins are the pain modulator for the body. So when you physically hurt your hand, the endorphins will send a response to your hand to help it heal and modulate the pain. But what an opioid addiction does, because I was addicted to Zopiclone tablets as well.
Horrible taste in your mouth.
I probably preferred them more than cocaine.
Yeah.
Loved them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate them.
Well, that was it. I know what you're saying there. My drug of choice there with diazes. You know, if you had crack heroin, I'd go for them
up and down.
It's because the way they used to make me feel, just like, I didn't give not a care in the world. Yeah. But then I woke up in houses like, how the fuck burglars? Woke up literally in a house with a burglar, like, how the fuck did I get? The things you're doing them. And I always remember a lad in prison, and we're all doing this drug course, and he was on them bad, and he said he never touched them since he got locked up in a police station. He's woke up, come around, got on the buzzer and said, hey boss, what me in for? And he went, murder. And he said, I just fucking started crying, screaming, shut the flap. And then he said, he come back half an hour later. He said, you're only in for shoplifting, but that shit you up, didn't it?
Oh, man.
He was like, he said, I swear, it made me think, fuck, because he didn't have a clue. After that, he said, and that fucked him off. But that's just...
Did that make him stop?
Yeah.
It did? Wow.
He said he spewed up. He said he spewed up with the intent, the fear that, you know what I mean? Murder him more.
I'll tell you what, though.
But that fucking opened his eyes. He said, I was just spewing up and thinking I've killed... It was horrible. I'm getting lifed off and that. Fucking imagine that.
Oh,
but
my God.
You wouldn't know what you've done.
Fucking hell, no.
No way.
Well, and so what I was saying about the opioids, so what the endorphins will do is, when you become opioid dependent, So say like you come off them, you get the pain, the physical pain in the body, don't you?
Yeah.
So when I come off, like I took diazes as well, I'd start getting pains in my ankles and my knees and my hips and my hands and my elbows because you've got no pain modulator. Because it's like a testosterone when people take steroids.
Yeah.
You take steroids, your bollocks stop working, don't they? Don't stop creating testosterone. With opioid addictions, the endorphins stop working in the brain, so you feel more pain. And that's with a lot of people with opioid addictions. It's in the end, it's just to modulate pain. Physical pain in the body. Because I know a few people who are addicted to codeine, and they say we do it because I'm in that much pain, agony in my body. Yeah. It's the only thing that'll help. But just touching on that, what you said there about that lad, it's fucking torture. But I do a lot around beliefs and the power of the brain and how a thought, what's the difference between thoughts and beliefs and how it can change your mindset and all this. But even though that's a fucking horrible thing to do, look at the power in what's been said there. Just by
just that one comment, like
changed his
life.
life.
Joking. He was like, "Fuck."
Changed his life though.
Even when he told me, I got like a swirl when he told me at the time. Like, imagine that. You won't fucking, you know what I mean? Murder your life off. That's what you think, won't you?
Fucking hell.
Him enough, and he stopped him.
That's amazing. That though. That it really is, and that made him stop.
Yeah. So he said that was at the time. I don't know if he's gone back on or what. I've not seen him since, but it was years ago in prison.
But still, fucking hell.
Powerful though, wasn't it?
Yeah, man. The power of words, and people. Something I speak about a lot is words that we use to identify ourselves. Like we do it in addiction a lot. I'm a piece of shit. I don't deserve love. I'm this and I'm that.
Yeah. Self-pity.
And what they've proven now, again, I won't go into the science of it all, but they've proven that when we use certain words and certain beliefs, the brain and body will give off certain chemicals. You'll be higher stress. What's it called? Adrenal glands will give off more chemicals and anti-inflammatory, make the body inflame up. But when you speak positive about yourself, the body's kinder to itself, and it'll start to heal, and it'll start to fucking figure its way back to some sense of normality. So that's amazing. That, like, even though it's fucking mental warfare, he's murdered somebody. Amazing. Amazing. So I mean, when we talk prison, how many times was it?
17 was loads of times. I reckon about probably just under 8 years spent behind it altogether.
Oh, but, wow.
Yeah, I was just in and out from like 17. I'd get out for a few months, then back in, do a couple of years, then back out, then back in. It was just a cycle.
Because I don't know firsthand, because I've never been. I was very close to going to jail at one point. My brother's been. My brother came out with a bigger drug addiction than when he went in.
Yeah. See it now, especially now. Well,
is it?
The spice and that.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Yeah.
He says he wasn't, but people who were in there told me that that's what he was taking.
Yeah. I'd had it once, but not on purpose. My mate, I thought it was a rollie on the side. He was smoking. I had it, mate. It was horrible.
Was it?
Instant panic attack.
Really?
Fucking
like zombifies you, doesn't it?
Oh, you see in state of them with fucking ambulance and all that.
Yeah.
Call it.
Yeah.
In jail, but yeah.
Sad though, mate. It's sad. It's the sad reality of what the world that we live in is that, when we talk addiction and we talk of escape, people are willing to go to the depths of the. It's fucking horrible. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, mate. Because I want people who've been through the darkness and come out and brilliant stories like yours and mine. I'll put mine in it as well.
Right.
And to help other people, because the ketamine fucking thing that's going on now.
Bladder.
What is going on there? Like, I mean, it's mixed with glass.
Yeah. That's what clots the bladder up, innit?
Is it? Glass?
All the glass in it, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of the younger generation now. I think
Kids losing their bladders, not
there was a young lad from down your way. Can't remember his name. He's 24, 25. He'd lost his bladder, and they told him, if you don't stop, you're going to die. He carried on, and he died. I think, was he D-side way? Shot in D-side, Conniskey somewhere.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, 24, 25 years old, but I don't...
It's like, just wish, like, you found recovery earlier on than it did. I'm glad I found it now. I'm fucking grateful. I love it now, but I just think, where could I have been if I found it a bit earlier in life, you know what I mean? Where I am now, I'm fucking made up. It feels like I'm a millionaire from where I was, walking around the streets asking for money and shit like that. To now I'm going on holidays all the time, and loving life and going out and doing, just having money in my pockets, do stuff with the grandkids and that. That's all I want in life, you know. I don't fucking desire to have all this big house, this, that, and I'm just wake up grateful every day.
Yeah.
I love going to work, I love the gym, and I love my family. You know, them three things there, that's all I need in life. That's what keeps me going.
The guy who's mentoring me asked me, what three things do you desire more or do you want in life? Not so much desire. And I think it comes down to it all the time. Well-being, health, freedom, and meaning. Yeah. So meaning can be what the work you're doing in a boxing gym. Yeah. You're literally moulding children's lives for the future, giving them tools and techniques to make them be better so they don't go down the same roads as what similar people like me and you did. And that's your meaning. Then you've got like well-being, so looking after yourself, the health and well-being, and then freedom. Like you're saying, coming out of addiction, you get to go on holiday with your kids and your missus, and it's like...
You know what? I always get the freedom is, like, I look fucking... is not going to the chemist anymore.
Really?
Every day. Listen, even if I was working sometimes with my dad, I had to leave at 4:30, no matter what. Say if it went over, oh, can you give us an answer that comes? Because I had to get that methadone. And like getting up every morning, I've got to go to the chemist, and they're fucking making you wait in the queue because they look down at you and all that. Do you know what I mean? It was just like fucking every day. It just had me by the balls. And that once I got, that was the biggest, like, I don't have to go to the chemist anymore. Really? I can plan stuff. It was...
How tough was that when you were on that? How tough was it?
Oh, that was the worst rattle I've ever been. That was fucking weeks coming out here. Couldn't sleep for like 6-7 weeks. Just, it was grim. It was fucking horrible, just aching. And yeah, it was horrible. The worst, the methadone's come off. I've done a few over the years off in prison and that, but yeah, that last one was bad. And all the anxiety and that as well, like panic attacks, because I've been on heroin, fucking diazes, pregabalin, methadone. My body had been just like I had a comfort blanket over it, and as soon as it was took away from me, honestly, the anxiety was that bad. It was either shitting or spewing up. It was that intense at the same time. And I was just getting pure fear, panic attacks. I remember being in rehab and they had like a bag. I had to breathe into, focus on one spot and then calm it down. Then it happened again because my body just didn't know what to do. It was just in shock. Do you know what I mean? It was just bringing myself back to life. And loads of little things. I was like, can I talk like that? Like my body had been that numb. I know it sounds a bit dated. I can remember like just touching myself and it went out. Like my body's come back together. Yeah, it just wet. You know, like people say they had wet dreams and that. When you come off drugs, you do that straight away. All your body's coming back to life. Touch yourself, you shoot your muck. Everything just like the senses, your hearing, your smell, everything comes back alive. Honestly, it's mad. And like I can remember like crying again. I'd cried for fucking years on the drugs, but feeling like hearing songs again and then getting that lovely warm feeling like me. Fuck, I'm coming back here. You know what I mean? I love that feeling. I'm coming back, laughing again. I remember my missus saying, "Watch these in-betweeners with me." I was getting, she's what? When I was on the drugs, I was going, this is shit, fucking turn it off.
Get these dickheads off.
Get it off, but that's what, I wouldn't laugh at anything. That's how fucking serious and miserable my life was. And then when I got clean, quite a rehab, I was like, fucking love them, put them every night, no, just to get fucking have a butt. I love them now. I thought, how did I not find this funny? And loads of little comedies, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that, but yeah.
It's mad, mate.
It just puts your candle out. Yeah. And then it feels like now it's been relit and it's fucking like an inferno. It's burning,
nice.
You know what I mean?
That's ace, that. And that's so that when you were saying about all the pain, the anxiety and stuff, that's what it, because the endorphins are that low, the nervous system's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I've experienced, so I made sure I wanted to study it just so if I ever did have that conversation, I'd understand it a little bit more. But it's mad what you're saying there about like just watching the telly, because me and my missus, we went, have you ever been to Newborough Beach in Anglesey?
We've just been Anglesey.
Have you?
My missus, I don't know if it was Newborough Beach.
Might
have been.
It's literally a beachfront, and like 10 metres from the beach, you've got like a set of woods. And then there's an island. You can only get to the island when the tide's out, and on there's 2 big crosses, there's 2 lighthouses.
Yeah, that's where it was. Yeah, she said there's like, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, mint.
Yeah, they'd got my stepson and a mum got a caravan up there, on that beach there.
Mate, so I'd never been there before, and we went there about a month ago. And I remember I thought, so I've started doing a bit like meditation.
I was there about a month ago.
Well, yeah.
Red Hot Day.
Yeah, boiling hot, yeah.
Red Hot Day.
And we went there, and I've started doing like a bit of meditation now and then and stuff. And I got in the water, and I was like, isn't it mad that I feel dead happy, and all I'm doing is standing in the fucking water?
Simple things, mate, yeah.
And 5 years, like, I've never been there because I've spent so long living a fucking life in this pattern of cycle of shit. Like you'd use, you'd feel like shit. You'd go to work, you'd use, you'd feel like shit. You'd have a row, you'd feel like shit. You'd use, and just this poison cycle for 20 years, mate. And then something as simple as going for a walk with my missus with a dog. And I thought, I'll just jump in the water. Amazing. One of the best experiences.
And when you're doing it, and when you're getting clean and that's happening, you're doing it more and more, you'll get washed like overwhelming gratitude.
Mate.
Where you want to cry, not like because you're fucking made up with joy that you never thought you'd get that again. Do you know what I mean? I get it all the time, mate. Like fucking hell, look, like take a moment and you know.
Shows that you're human, though, innit?
Human, yeah. You know, because I fucking wasn't for years. I didn't feel anything.
So when we talk addiction, we spoke about the addiction there. Everyone's different in recovery. I love listening to everybody's recovery stories because I'll always, like one of my mates, Mikey Banks from Scotland. He's a big, I'm not sure of his level within AA or NA. I'm not sure which one he's in, but he's massive on the 12 steps and he helps a lot of people with his 12-step recovery. And he taught me something. Connection is protection. Love that word. Yeah. And I guess, so what worked for you when we talk recovery? And I mean, I'm not just saying like a 3-month period, because some people say they're in recovery when they're not. Have you heard of cross addiction? No. Where we'll swap one addiction for another. So I did it with porn.
Yeah, we all do that,
Yeah, so it's called cross addiction, where addiction is anything that is detrimental to your health, but gives you like a short-term release, doesn't it?
That's that dopamine again.
Dopamine. It's all because of this fucking thing. But I didn't realise when I came out of me cocaine addiction, I couldn't sleep for like 3 months because of... No, sorry, that was while I was in addiction. I came off the Zoplicone and couldn't sleep. But I had this cross addiction, I didn't even know. Because I was watching porn fucking all the time.
We all do that. Like sometimes, like I've been in a... Don't watch this, don't wank. Yeah. Honestly, I know like sponsors that tell people don't wank, no wanking. It's fucking nature, do you know what I mean? It's how much in your mind do you want to take, like, all right, fucking no drugs, no drink, no... Fucking hell, I watch porn, of course we do, we're men, we all do, do you know what I mean? But it's when how are you going to take it for yourself? It's affect, you know, we're fucking men, aren't we?
But it got to the point where for me it was like a lot, like genuinely, I was doing it like 5 times a day, 10 times a day. It's mad.
But it's just trying to fucking...
But it's all because we've took this dopamine reward away from one thing.
It's like... on it now, you've got to be 18, you see. Yeah. Check it the other day. Oh, can't get...
Yeah. But, so when it comes to recovery, like, there's a difference between being sober and being in control or free from your addiction, however you want to address that, isn't that right? Yeah. So what worked for you when it comes to recovery?
So staying connected with the right with recovery, with NA, helping people, taking people to meetings. That's what helped me, and staying around the gym. That's recovery, you know. In the boxing, helping kids. That's giving back. And working on myself, training, see how fit I could get. That was the bit buzz as well. Like from where my body was to see how actually fit I could get. And I'd done an IROX, I'd done the boxing.
Did you?
Yeah. And like, the last year, to be honest, I pulled away from the meetings a bit. My life got too busy. Work, the boxing, you know, and then I'm coming home and I want to chill out with my missus and stuff like that. So I did pull away from meetings. And I found that my addiction was sneaking back in, not with the drugs, but just, I don't know, just
behaviours.
Like behaviours, yeah. You know, putting too much on Facebook, then on Snapchat, and you put a story up and think, who's looked at it? And you think, what the fuck?
So how many people have liked it?
Yeah. Well, that's shit bollocks, innit? From what the fuck am I doing? Yeah. But I realised that, and then I've gone back to meetings, and it's just connecting. It's like recharging your battery again and put it back in, you know. I just seen my mate celebrate 10 years, thought, wow. Nice. And he's the one that inspired me, my mate Carl. I thought he inspired me there. Because I always remember my missus, I was low on the bed, depressed, and she's going, look at Carl, he's fucking hell, yeah, clean, he's doing it. And I got in touch with him when I was in rehab, and we've been mates since. And I knew him years ago, but we stayed close, and he got to my meeting straight away the day I got out. And just telling me stuff he's done inspired me to get, you know what I mean? And seeing him live his life, he's said it's 10 years, so I want my 10 years next. I got my eye on that goal, but a day at a time, do you know what I mean?
What 8, you say 8 years?
7.5.
7.5.
The 5th of February, I'll be 8 years clean, because my grandson was born on the 3rd, and I thought, oh, I wonder if he gets on the same day, but that was a little... So it's right, we're going to celebrate birthday at the same time.
Nice.
I celebrate that birthday more than I do my own fucking birthday.
Do you find it a lot... Again, everybody's different. Some people find it really difficult at the beginning, and then it eases off, and then they can sort of... it just feels a part of them to never have any... I don't want to say urges, because that sounds like a good thing. But do you find it easier now than what you did 5 years ago, 7 years ago?
Yeah, I get the days, like you said, I'd say the first year or two was on a cloud. You're on a fucking cloud,
Pink cloud.
And then it wears off. For me, it wore off a bit, like normality, and like, I don't know, but I was still grateful, because fucking I'm not using anymore and I've got a good life. But it did like that feeling frazzled out, and it was just more like, more normality, the working and this and that. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I think, sometimes now, that's why I say a day at a time. I look and I think, I'm never going to drink again. It's fucking daunting. I'm 44, and I think, I'm never going to. So I don't look, I think, in the back of my head, it may be saying, you might be one day, but I won't. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, all I'm saying is tomorrow I'm not going to have a drink, I'm not going to take drugs. And then before now, I'll be fucking 70 odd, hopefully. I'll never touched it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But having good people around, like my missus, she doesn't drink. We both want the same things, just work hard, holidays, grandkids. I'm happy that I've set, that's all I want in my life. I'm happy with that, do you know what I mean?
You mentioned something before, and I think it's really important, because I say this from a personal point of view. We're selfish in addiction.
Yeah.
And I say we, but I mean me. We're selfish in addiction, but we can also be selfish in recovery as well.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's something that I didn't realise. So similar to you, it hit home what you said. She doesn't like me, but she loves me.
Yeah.
And that's because I put my missus through fucking hell. Yeah. I've been with her 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
She didn't even know what drugs were before she met me. And I lied and manipulated my way into her life.
Yeah.
And then she was opened up to this big world, and she was like, she said, Lee, I didn't know any of this world existed, because I introduced her to people and places that would, she didn't know what they were. And I traumatized the woman. I put her through shit, man.
Yeah.
And it's important to recognize that I believe, again, when I say we, I mean me. We heal quicker than the people in our lives that love us, because they've always got that doubt, that belief that they might. You've got to fucking prove to your family, and it's harder than proving to yourself, I think.
Well, that's took years to get to that, and that's what scares me of relapsing as well, because I think I'll never get that back. The trust I've built over years with like my stepkids and my kids, and I was a fucker, and I've fucking caused harm over the years. My mum and my dad fucking pinch money in the past, now just dipping into his little stash, and then and now he just leave me with anything because they trust me, and it's took time to build that. So the thought of fucking relapsing and just it's blinding to death out of me. I often have dreams like that, and I wake up and fucking hell, yeah. Shit. But to me, I've looked into that. That's like a power. Yeah. That's just looking when you have a dream like that to see how strong is your recovery. How then pick it. You know what I mean? And get to a meeting and stuff like that. It's just a little reminder. Yeah. All the time. That's how I take it now.
Yeah. And so my missus, earlier this year, she was really, I was on cloud 9. Look at me, I'm in recovery. Yeah. Everything's brilliant. And she was just hiding her emotions. Mm. And then one point she broke down and she was like, I'm really struggling with this. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Look how well I'm doing. She was like, you're doing well. I'm not. She said, I'm not doing well at all. And we've had to, so again, the guy who's mentoring me, he's a psychologist. Or he's fucking cleverest man I've ever met. I keep saying it on every episode. It's doing me head. But he's had to sit with my missus. He's not just helping me now, he's helping her. She was last 5 days ago. She said to me, you are doing everything right that I want you to. Yeah. But I can't shake this feeling that I've got inside of me. So she went out for a drive on her own, phoned the guy who's mentoring me, and they spoke. And for anybody who's out there who's listening, and we think that recovery is easy for our family and friends because we're recovering, it's really not.
That's interesting, Lee, because I've felt this, like you saying, Mrs. When I got out of rehab, I was on a high, I'm going to the gym, training, you know, changing, looking, feeling good. And I was constantly on an eye, but then I look at her and she wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I could see, like, a damage, not like,
Yeah.
you know,
Traumatized. Yeah.
Bentley. And it's just, do you know what I mean? And I've got to realise I caused most of that, do you know what I mean? But now we're getting to the place where we want to be, but it took time. Do you know what I mean? You think just because you're good, you don't fucking realise what you've done to that person, do you know what I mean?
And that's, for me, that was probably one of the most difficult things to accept, because like you say, when we come into this recovery space and the healing and growth and all this,
it was still selfish, so it's all about us then. It looks like great I'm doing now, and you just take it, you know, it's all
take
about
it for granted.
Of course you do, yeah.
And I can remember it when we were sat there, and because like you say, you do stupid things when you're in addiction, messages, social media, and fucking going out and stay lying, and I wasn't in there, but you were in parties or whatever, and you're just a lying bastard.
Yeah.
Now I value honesty.
Yeah.
Now I value well-being. I value my family. I value all the things that I value. And I've wrote it all down. I've got it in a list, top 5 values. And family's number 1. Honesty. But she finds it really difficult. I'm really honest, and she's like, I can't accept it. Do you know what I mean?
It takes time.
Yeah,
It takes time.
And she, again, it's soul destroying, because she said the other day, she was like, "You're doing everything I want you to do, and you have been for all this year, the whole year." Yeah. And it's trauma, right? People think that trauma is the experience. It's not. It's what the body holds. Yeah, it's how you feel. Yeah. That's trauma. You physically hold trauma in the body, and I think it's brought a lot up of. She said to me the other day, she said, "I haven't felt like this since my dad." I was like, "Wow, fuck."
It makes you feel like shit
again, man. But for me, it's empowering, because I know there's still fucking work to be done here. Yeah. And I've got to keep going and keep going and keep going.
It will come.
Yeah.
You've got to keep going, mate. And the more she sees you growing, it's just like, cause she's trusting it. You know, she's thinking, "Oh, is she going to do it again?" Or
like you say, it takes years to build trust, but it can be gone in an instant.
That's scary. One bad decision, you're away with it, aren't you? You know, you reckon you one bad decision, be on the streets, don't they, or stuff like that.
Well, that's it. I'm literally same with me. I'll never drink or use again, and that's again my belief. If I ever did, I'd be gone. I'd be out of the house, be done forever. And there's...
Well, that's it. You wouldn't expect them to go through it again. No, you know, it's not fair, is it?
No.
That's why I look now. It's like, I wouldn't fucking blame them, you know. But that's why it scares me. That's what keeps me on toes. That's why I don't want to use it. I built a life now. You know, went on holiday 3 times last year. You know, went to America, never thought in my dream. I used to dream about going to New York. I went there, went to see the Twin Towers and all that. Then we went to Santorini and fucking life.
Santorini's supposed to be nice,
isn't it? I mean, because we both don't drink and we don't smoke, and you know, we just work and put our money away and have nice holidays, and that's life, innit? What else is there?
It's mad, isn't it? Because like, I look at my bank account sometimes now and I'm like, fucking hell, I've got money in the bank. Because I've got a decent job, and my missus always used to say, because I get paid monthly, after a week I'd be broke. Because it'd be, you'd owe money out from last month, and then you've got to go and buy...
You're thinking a night out, a couple £100 now, innit, with your beak, you know.
It's £300 before they've even left the house.
And all that.
Yeah.
So now you're always just working for it, you put it away and enjoying your life.
The moment I realised about finances, I was sat in the Swan in Flint, because the Swan was my local. Spent £400 on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, mad that, innit?
£400 on a Tuesday night on nothing.
Getting everyone drinks and that.
Just on me, because my mates used to say I'd slip off on like 10 o'clock at night, and this was when I started psychosis. I was seeing demons and monsters and gremlins and all sorts of stuff.
Wait for too long.
Yeah, because I used to take a Zoplicone, and as I'd go to sleep, I'd do it, so it'd wake me back up. And I remember having a conversation with this little fucking black gremlin in my bedroom for about an hour and a half. It sounds funny, but it was fucking horrible at the time. But I used to sneak off at like 8, 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, and then I'd just go and sit in the dark, similar sized room to this, turn all the lights off, and I'd just be in like my own little chamber. So I'd have beer, drugs, fags, phone, and I'd sit there, and sometimes, and when I'd wake up, it's like 4 days later, and you're like, what the fuck? Just sat there on my own, sipping cans, and it's in a mad little world, and then go to sleep for like 15, 20 hours or whatever. You know, like, it's crackers, absolutely crackers. Went off on a bit of a tangent there. I don't even know what I was fucking speaking about. It's mad though, isn't it? Because I think this is the world we live in today, mate. It's full of addiction.
Yeah.
Phones, social media, the news, fucking everything is designed now to get you addicted to. Even food, supermarkets, the amount of shite that they put out there, just so you know, medication, all sorts. They say that they give a fuck about us, but if they did, they wouldn't sell fags and ale in the shops.
It's all corrupt.
Yeah.
You see it now, what's going on with the marches, Tommy, like, it's all corrupt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I try not to get into it because it winds you up, so I just fucking doesn't apply. Do you know what I mean? Like, you see people getting right into it and just getting fuming, but we're not going to change anything. The government.
That's a brilliant point.
I just let it fucking go. Like, I'm fuming, but what can you do?
So after COVID, I was like into all me, ranting about the vaccine and all this, and because I've got a few friends that had family members pass away within days of having the vaccine. Now, it could be a coincidence, probably not. And they're really angry, really emotional, they're upset about it, and rightly so. If that's the cause, rightly fucking so. But I got to the point where I was struggling that much with my own head. I was like, all this needs to disappear for me. I just need to forget about it all. Yeah. Live in my own little world with the people involved in it, family, friends, play golf now and then, go to work, and that's it.
Yeah.
All the, you look on the news, mate, it's just all war, famine, pain, suffering.
Murder.
And as sad as it is, I just don't want to watch it anymore because I've got a lot of work to do on myself, never mind the fucking world.
That's it, innit, yeah.
But yeah, one day at a time, mate. How long we got, Stu? How long we done? That's got to be
57 minutes now.
I was going to say that's got to be near an hour. That's sound. Boxing, mate. We'll talk on your passion of boxing. Amateur record.
Don't ask. I was 38. I was 38 when I started boxing.
Oh, were you? Yeah.
So I got out of rehab and I was just fighting kids. I was fighting people half my age and that. I just got beat on points. We weren't fit enough.
38. Well, do you know that's mega? Though.
That's what I'm saying. I was getting on the scales and I was putting my name in, and they go, 1981. Are you fucking mad? Good off boxing young lad. He was boxing lads the same age as my son. Yeah. It was good. I loved it though. I won't change the world. You know what I mean? I went straight down the Welsh Championships, boxed a lad. I won the first and second round, and I just gassed in the third. I just come off the drugs, so my lungs were still getting together. It was like the first year I got clean.
Fighting young little whippers as well.
Yeah, and my body's just getting back to normal, straight in there. But I'll tell you what, mate, they all had a good fucking scrap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was tough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mates saw me, Moss, they ripped me, but they know I was tough in there, but they just we all have banter. You 5-0, no, I didn't get a win, but...
Thing is though, mate, for somebody who's been through what you've been through, the record doesn't count, doesn't mean fuck all.
I just love getting in there and the scrap, giving it me all, and just realising I could stay in there with them, young kid. That was just staying here for 3 rounds, just fucking get, and I did, you know what I mean? And then after that, the boxing, mate, I could only box till I was 41. I went right to the end as well. I boxed on a show. I boxed a lad who went pro, that Anthony Fifian, and we boxed on the same. Campbell Hatton was there, Ricky Hatton, all that. Yeah, so he was like 9th fight. We were 9th and he was 10th or something like that. And but I went right on till I was 41. You're not allowed to after that. And then I got I was a bit bored. I was training 1-2 weeks, started getting a bit of a belly on me. And my mate said, come train me in the mornings. Then I met another lad then, he was into his IROXs, and then I started training with him and fucking got serious training now. Do you know what I mean? Spinning classes, rolling circuits, fitness, and then we done an IROX. I'm going to do another one this year. I just love it. I just fucking love getting up. That's again the dopamine. Like if I don't train for say I have a couple of days off and my body's fucked. I've got a tough job rendering up and down ladders, bags. It takes its toll on my body.
Rendering houses?
Rendering, but...
Come and have a look at mine if you want. I won't mind doing.
Yeah, I've got all machines.
Have you?
Yeah, and we're up and down ladders, grafting. It takes its toll on you. But if I haven't trained for 2 days, my missus says, go to the gym. She knows, my mood starts slipping. As soon as I train, I'm on a high. Like, dead chatty and fucking, I feel amazing.
Well, I hear a lot of topic of conversation around the gym. And people say it's not therapy for your mind.
It is.
It's therapy. So I agree it's therapeutic. Makes you feel good.
100%.
Might not heal, because a lot of people say it doesn't heal any pain and suffering. I'm like, okay. So are you trying to say it's negative?
It's
therapeutic.
But when you're training, you're looking at yourself in a minute, you see your body changing and you're getting fit. That's a buzz when you know you're fit and you're fucking, it's a buzz. You know you're fit, you're training, you're getting your breath back dead quick and you see your body sculpting and you think, fucking hell, from where I was. For me, anyway, I was walking look like
one of the
fucking-
best feelings I had was a couple of years ago when because I was always in bodybuilding, like lifting weights, listening to Arnie talk about the pump.
Yeah.
And I always remember that I had like me scouse mate Kev, extra fucking medium vest on, he says, small to medium. And I remember it just about 2 years ago, and I was in the gym and I thought, fuck, I feel great here. I feel fucking mega. But then what I didn't understand was I was still in addiction, and you just fucking spiral
Well, that's
down.
if you put that gym and your recovery together, for me, that's what it is, you know, doing good stuff, showing love to my family, going providing for them and training and staying around the right people. You fucking
Body and mind are connected, mate.
It's unreal. That's what I've got. My body and my mind's connected.
People say that the body and mind are fucking connected. I'm not talking about the brain. I'm talking about the mind, the unconscious, like the spirit of who you
and
are.
it's your mindset, because years ago, I used to fucking go to the gym all week. I was on the juice and on steads. When you go out in the egos, like,
I've done that,
never dream about doing that now.
I do TRT now.
I was like 25, going to Wigan Pier on the weekend, but training all week on steroids just to go and look good in Wigan Pier and lose it all on the truck.
Mad, innit?
Lose, sweat it all out now. But now, I'd never think fucking to do all that. I just love training, staying fit. Fit, like, you know, I always thought I was in your 20s doing weights, going big, but now for me, I just want to be fit. I want to see the longest live, you know what I mean?
Well, I'm in that place now where I'm trying to figure out what my physical recovery looks like as far as I like cold showers and stuff like that. I do a lot of that. So start a new job on Monday. So I'm going to start doing HIIT in the morning.
That's what we do, like full bodies.
Yeah.
That's all I do now.
Yeah. So I'm going to do, there's something called the Norwegian 4x4, which it's like, it could be rowing, cycling, whatever. You do 4 minutes slow, 4 minutes fast, and you do that.
Yeah.
I think it's like 20.
Or a K on each one.
Yeah.
That's good, mate.
And when you talk steroids, mate, all through my 20s, I was fucking big juice head.
We do, don't you see? You go back then, yeah. Fucking...
I've done the, that's why my back's fucked now. I leg press 700 kilo about a couple of years ago. And I think when I came out of addiction, because then, like you say, the body's got nothing to help it. Yeah. Within a couple of my back went boom. It's like, oh fuck, couldn't walk. It's bad. Yeah. And they told me that the possibility of having surgery was like 80-90%, but they said stay away from it, do it yourself. So what I'm doing now is nutrition. I've always been good at food. I just, again, when you're in addiction, you don't give a fuck about diet, do you? So I've done a lot of carnivore diet this year, ketos, and but I'm trying to figure out where my body is in terms of training now, because I do TRT, testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's it, because your test was low. Yeah, because of the juice. And that
juice, addiction, drugs, smoking, ale, all sorts really. Cool. I've done a testosterone test about 12 months ago, maybe a bit more. I've done a couple. Yeah. And I think the standard levels, it's like deciliters per milliliter or something like that. They measure it. And I think the average for the UK is about 12 to 15 PNMOL, I think it is actually. And mine was like 3. Really low. And to be honest, that's to be expected.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm doing the right things. My food's mint. I have a pizza now and then with the kids.
On a Saturday. You got to look forward to something. Yeah. We don't drink anymore. We don't take drugs, so you got to have a little. Got to have that to look forward to. Do you know what I mean?
And I love a pizza, mate. Love a pizza. I'm going to Sicily in September, so I'll eat them out of fucking pizzas when I'm there. Like,
yeah, I'm going Bodrum in October.
Turkey.
Yeah, I've never been to Turkey.
I've never been to Bodrum, but I've been to Turkey a fair few times. Like,
forward to it, can't wait.
Down south, I used to go. Alton and Antalya and places like that. Yeah. But Turkey sound, mate.
Meant to be nice,
yeah. Crackers over there, like.
Yeah, I've heard.
But so I've got one more question for you, mate, and it's a question that I ask everybody. If you could sit 4 people around a dinner table from your past or present, dead, alive, heroes, idols, family, whoever, if you could have 4 people around this dinner table, who would they be?
Oh, it's hard, that. Yeah, if you just leave one out, you feel awful. But you say one, your kids are going to say, fucking hell, man.
Well, let's take it. Let's make it for the topic of conversation, and then not just for love. Who would you want to sit round a table with that you could have a mega conversation with around a dinner table?
I thought that's my bird.
Yeah,
my missus, because she makes me laugh. She's funny.
Yeah, nice.
Like, even when I've been depressed, she'll sit one liner and she'll cheer me up.
Nice.
I know what I mean. Stevie Nicks, because she's my idol. Like,
Is she,
she's got me through dark times.
Wow.
Fleetwood Mac, yeah, through like when I've been depressed and just like that, yeah. Floyd Mayweather.
Nice. He took your fucking head off him.
Yeah, he'd fucking. It's just more when I was on the drugs, he motivated. Like I was just obsessed with him. Like
He's a
all his
machine.
training things, but all this stuff, and my missus knows the fact that he was one of, like, I know it sounds weird, but it got me clean. That just watching him
Did he,
when
yeah?
I was in rehab.
Nice.
His training things, and I just fucking listened to it and listened, got obsessed. Just his mindset.
You've seen him training, so he sleeps in the day,
Yeah,
and then he's up all night training. It's crazy, isn't it?
He's fucking. But that's why I was the
Yeah,
best.
that's what he is. Yeah, and he is. He was the
miles
best.
Miles above, wasn't he? So that's free. And my dad,
Nice.
yeah, my hero, like, you
Is
know,
he, yeah?
he's got his work ethic. It's just getting up in the mornings when it's snowing and grafting, going out working for us. And I
Doing
always
what's
remember
needed.
when I was younger, he took me to work, and I was down the river digging on this house. I was only young, I was crying. Can I go where my fingers are free? Fucking don't let it beat you. And it stuck me with that to this day now. When I'm feeling things are getting tough, it's like a fight between me inside. I'm like, don't let it fucking beat you, Dad.
So you've got his voice in the back of your
Yeah,
head.
got that voice, don't let it fucking beat you. I can remember I was going to walk off the job at 15. Don't let it beat you, and he's digging. You know, he's not a fighter and that, he's just a lovely man. You know, but he's a grafter. He's gone out and he's fucking...
Yeah.
He's got them values. He's a good man.
My granddad was the same. He had that work ethic.
Do you know what I mean? Just
hard
fucking
working.
grafter, just get up and fucking get it done, do you know what I mean? Just because you see these people fighting hard, that's bollocks, mate.
Yeah.
The real man is going out doing stuff
Absolutely.
they don't like doing every fucking day to provide.
Yeah.
And I see that now. I didn't see that as a kid.
Yeah.
Now I see that.
Getting up every morning and doing what's needed to be done, even if you don't want to do it.
That's it, mate. That's a proper man to me.
Done, mate. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's right, mate. Enjoy that.